Hi footprinters, it's Chrissy here. Hubby's feeling put out because I wouldn't get up and walk 10 metres to close the door to the man cave when he was sitting 1.5 metres from it in his chair. He's got hay fever, poor thing. Gets it terribly. Anyway, I'd like to welcome some new subscribers whose names come up. Firstly, welcome to every new subscriber who's come up. Thank you so much. I'm really honoured and humbled that you've decided to join me on my journey with the tarot and other divination systems. Some whose and if your name does come up when you subscribe, I will give you a shout out. Okay, so Ted Grace, Rosemary, Jimmy G, Mike, Rita, and Image Cake 2, and Cynthia Love and Light. Thank you. Welcome, and welcome to all the other new subscribers as well. I was just going through comments there before, and somebody suggested with the Thelma Todd reading that I look at someone. I can't remember his name at the moment, but thank you, I will. And I'm still going to have a look, do a mystery tour with Amelia Earhart, as somebody else has suggested. I love doing the mystery ones, the mystery tours, looking at old mysteries. I don't look at children's disappearances, okay. I'd like to try and steer away from serial killers and all that as well. But other mysteries like who disappeared, what happened to them, things like that, Lord Lucan, stuff like that. Yeah. I'd be happy to look at it. And if you know any actors or actresses that are just, wow, what happened to them, or who killed them, or like George Reeves or Bob Crane, all those sorts of things. Anyway, lots of blessings and love and light to Kirk Douglas, passed away a few days ago, and Robert Conrad from Black Sheep. I love Black Sheep. I used to watch it when I was a kid. I love Corsairs due to this day. I love those planes. And I had a huge crush on the guy who played TJ. So, Robert Conrad, also, he was a wonderful actor as well. So, blessings and love and light to them both. Now, what are we going to look at? Well, Trump's been doing his usual nasty tricks. He's clean sweeped, I think, New Hampshire. I was hoping, and I don't think it did happen, but I was hoping that Bill Weld would at least get one delegate. I mean, I don't think it's happened. I can do a quick check while I'm here. Just put my cheat card over there. I like to have it open now and then as a reminder that, you know, my brain has to switch from so many different functions that sometimes it's, So we'll just do, don't need to be looking at a map of drainage systems and suddenly be thinking, oh, you know, the King of Wands. If I let it. So New Hampshire primaries 2020. Well, last I looked, he was, yeah. Yeah. It really would have stuck it to him if some of those Republicans had, you know, a few more had just 12% he got. 83. So it doesn't, I'm assuming he got all 22 delegates. There was a page I found earlier in the day that really put it out there good. Just re-elections, New Hampshire. No, it was a good page because it had both. You could flick from one to the other. Read how many, who got how many delegates. I mean, I know that. Yeah, it's the Republic. That's. I just thought it really would have been a nice little kick in his butt if he lost a couple of. Anyway, I'm assuming he got all 22 delegates. But there's still a long way to go. And yeah. Some dude came on from, is it Nevada? Nevada and South Carolina are the next two up on the plate. And they've both said to Trump, don't necessarily count on anything. Because we're a lot more diverse and we're not buying your stuff. Anyway, so I'm not going to look at the primaries and all that, but I am going to look at, and I'm still going to wait to read on the Democrats because I just think that there's still too much thing. I think they need Bloomberg. I honestly think they do, simply because he's a fighter. He can trash talk with Trump, but everything that Trump claims he is, Bloomberg really is. Plus, Bloomberg's had all those years of running New York City. Now, of course, he made a huge, big stuff up with the stop and search, or stop and frisk. He's apologised for that, but, you know, only just now, so, yeah. But, yeah. We'll just see how things go. And I'll do a reading on him and possibly the two front runners out after South Carolina, those primaries. I just think there's too many people to read on at the moment, and when it comes down to 3 or 4, then I'll do it. Andrew Yang dropped out and Michael Bennett dropped out. Anyway, let's have a look for the rest of February for Donald Trump. The second half of February, I suppose you could say. There's only 17 days left in February, so we'll have a look at the second half of February for Donald Trump. I'm sorry I've just spoken so much this time. I don't normally speak quite so much, but yeah, so once I start researching things on the computer, I can get a bit caught up. So I love that photo with the pie face. Crack me up. That is so funny. Then there was the thing with Trump tweeting the little video with Larry David wearing his MAGA, the MAGA hat. And of course it's like Larry David was using it as a way to keep people away in Curb Your Enthusiasm. So it's like, yeah. But he's also a pretty sharp dude, Trump, and I think he would have realised, even though he was, yes, this guy was poking fun at him and, you know, not being complimentary, but he's turned it around to use. So anyway, what is the rest of February going to be like for Donald Trump? I bought myself the Green Witch Tarot and Mura and Kiri Ostergaard Leonard. New deck, so bear with me if I have to confer some notes, but anyway. I think I might do a full Celtic cross for this. For what's the rest of his February gonna be like? Oh, coronavirus. Ugh. I'll have to have a look at that at some stage. We had to cancel our trip. We were going to take a cruise from Shanghai up to Vladivostok and across to Japan. That's been cancelled. We're doing a different cruise, but yeah. Have to wait and see if we get our airfares back. Oh, so sorry. Anyway, Donald Trump. Rest of February for Donald Trump. Three of Wands. Ship's coming in. But just because your ship is coming in doesn't mean it's got what you want on it. I also can't, when I'm talking about people who are a wee bit dodgy, or I call it the chickens coming home to roost card, or the emus and dunny card, which is may your chooks turn to emus and kick your dunny down. Not the best of what we saw, but the ship coming in. Just because your ship comes in doesn't mean it's got good things on it for you. So we'll see how that goes. He probably feels like everything's happening good. Sorry about that. Anyway, at the present with Donald Trump, Ace of Chalices, Eight of Cups. This is the walking away card. Well, people are walking at those four prosecutors. Just quit the case, and one of them quit the DOJ completely. Yeah. Walking away card. Maybe he's getting some pressure to walk away. I don't know. But yeah. Wondering what to do next, wondering where to go, how to spread his message. Perhaps he's setting out, it also could be setting out on a new journey, I guess, with his scrolls in there. But walking away from one thing into another. So what that is and how that is, I don't know. What's his challenge? His challenge is the Nine of Wands. Oh, this guy's not looking very happy. He's got 9 wands there and he just doesn't know what to do with them. It's like, well, what do I do? You know? What's the best one to use for what? He can't make up his mind. I think his mind is working faster than he can, and it's not working in a good way. I mean, it's like, yeah, what do I do? I've got all these options. I can't do this. I could do this. I could do that. I could do. I think his mind is working abnormally, skipping from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other. Normally, the Nine of Wands is building up your defenses. In this case, it's probably learning the tools of the trade, of magic, of witchery, of the Magister. But learning the tools of the trade, he hasn't learned anything. And I'm not talking about the impeachment. He hasn't learnt what he needs to learn to do the job. He just goes off and, you know, and yeah, he occasionally gets something right, but that's more of a fluke because somebody seeded this idea into him, and I think the way they've gotten things done is that they've seeded these ideas into him and let him think that he's the one who's come up with them. Which is probably why some of the few decent things that have happened, but he hasn't learnt how to use, or how to use what's at his disposal there. He hasn't learnt anything. He has no idea what he's doing. and he could really create some bad juju, and that's his challenge. His mind's working too fast to grasp onto anything, to actually, you know, keep and retain anything. The distant past with Trump. The Queen of Wands. Wow. This is the distant past, but yeah, basically back a few years. Nancy's always been there ever since the day he got voted in, and they were all talking about her. And you know, if the Democrats win back the House in 2018, will she stand? And she says, I will be there as long as Trump is there. I will be needed until he is out of office. And she's right. You know, whether you like her or don't like her or disagree with some of the things she does, she has been the one to hold everything together and to stop the entire world from going to hell in a handbasket, basically, at least as far as Trump's actions. She's managed, God knows how, to put some brakes on him somehow. And she's been doing it for 3 years. And she's got the wisdom. She knows what to do with her wand. And look at this. This guy is really, really sulky. Really, really sulky. Because he can't make any of them do what he wants them to. His challenge is getting things done the way he wants them to. And you know, all that sort of stuff. And learning to use the tools of the presidency wisely and getting things done. But he'd rather sit and sulk if things don't go his way, if the spell goes wrong or whatever, than actually learn it properly. That's the thing. Now, a recent past, 8 of Athames. This is the 8 of Swords. Heaven knows how, but he painted himself into a corner and he got himself out of it. He'd gotten himself out of immediate legal jeopardy or recent legal jeopardy. But he's also, with his actions, and even more so, even like with that tweet about Roger Stone, you know, the recommendation come out, tweets it, oh, it's really unfair, it's so unfair, it's so unfair that he's gotten this. And then the DOJ, that's why those 4 guys quit, because, you know, the DOJ backed down. But the judge does not have to. The judge can go with the originally recommended things, so she doesn't have to back down. But he is continuing with his actions to paint himself into a bad corner that could end up with jeopardy. And he's sort of tying himself up in knots too. But somebody said, I can't remember if it was Johnny or somebody else, or Johnny and Jen Lynn said that, it may even have been Lena. I think that a lot of what's going to bring him down is actually going to be happening behind the scenes, and we might not see a lot of it. So we might be feeling, Americans and other people who have concerns. I have a niece and her 2 children. They live in North Carolina. My cousin's in the army here in Australia. I don't want him sent overseas again. And I don't want my niece having welfare cuts and everything like that, and her children going without because of Trump's policy. I don't want anyone's children going without. So in the recent past, we've been feeling a bit frustrated and not knowing where to go. But he really is, most of the time, thrashing around blindly in the dark and tying himself up in knots. His immediate future, best outcome, the best outcome he can hope for, the best outcome he can hope for is the 10 of Wands, burden. This burden coming to an end soon. 10s are the end of a cycle. This person is struggling with that. It might not look like a big a big pile, and it's not really. But the thing is, this person is not sure of their footing. They're uncertain that their legs can even help. I know this feeling that your legs can even support your weight when you lift yourself up on a steeper thing, especially with a steeper step up and stuff. This person is heading up towards a shiny crater or monument or something, and the best he can hope for is that he gets there. He carries the burden and he gets there. But it's also going to be the end of a cycle, the end of something. And I don't know, what could be the best he could hope for is he still wins the election, even with all the crap he's got carrying with him. That would be the best outcome for him, I guess, but it would also be the end for him, because he'd only have 4 more years, and I don't think he'd last very long. I really don't, because I think that the Democrats are going to get both houses and they will impeach him. They'll have something ready to go. His immediate future. Hang on. But we're just... I'm a bit of a nil. I'm a bit of a dill, aren't I? I'm only doing this reading for the rest of February. Best he can hope for is that he can carry that burden up to his next resting spot. That's that he can keep going to the next breathing spot. This could be the next round of primaries, I guess. So I was thinking forward to October or November, but no, we're just talking about February, aren't we? So that puts a different complexion on this card, that he's taking different steps. So he's got 2 more primaries. He's got 2 more primaries before Super Tuesday. He's just, the best he can do is get to Super Tuesday. The best outcome he can do is get to Super Tuesday and win all that there. You know, bathe himself in light and Super Tuesday. Oh, yeah. Now, immediate future. Knight of Chalices. The Knight of Cups. The Knight that often comes with an offer that's too good to be true. Or an emotional offer. It's one of the slower moving knights. I don't think it's an offer that's too good to be true. I think it's going to be an offer that's going to cause him a lot of emotion. Yeah. Action. He's going to he's going to do something based purely on an emotional reaction. Oh, geez, surprise, surprise. I don't think you need to... yeah, I think someone's going to come and offer him, and he's going to react very emotionally as well, and act very emotionally, not smartly. What are the factors affecting Trump for the rest of February? I'm a bit all over the place today, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm very tired and just, yeah. Oh, factors are affecting the rest of February for him. Affecting the situation for him for the rest of February. 5 of Wands, conflict. There's 3 against 2 here, and this one is reading the instruction book, and this one's reading the instruction book, and these 3 are ready to go. There's going to be some conflict, I think, and he's not going to be ready for it. Yeah. He's not going to be ready for it. External influences on Trump for the rest of February. 3 of Pentacles, group work. Normally I look at this as, in terms of Trump, as dirty money. It could be news coming out about dirty money. But I think it's a group of people working together to affect his chances. I just have a feeling that Super Tuesday he might crash and burn. I'm not sure, but I could be wrong. I might even look at that at a later date. I'll look at that between now and then. But you know, this could even be the Lincoln Project. But they're really, really going to have a strong external influence on things. And he's not going to be ready to deal with it. Hopes and fears. What are Trump's hopes and fears for the rest of February? Knight of Pentacles. Good, you know, that there's going to be good offers around money. That's what he's hoping for. He's hoping for offers of money and support. But he's also fearing that it's not going to come in. I think he's... yeah. So, and he might even need a lawyer. This Knight of Pentacles often can refer to a lawyer. But this is more generous offers of money. That is what he's hoping for, but he's fearing that he's not going to get it. I think he knows that there are some people who are not happy with him, and yeah, if they withdraw their money from the campaign, which I think they probably have the right to do, I don't know, or withdraw their backing and don't give him any more support, well, yeah, or yeah, this could be someone looking into the super PAC too. He's super PAC, but Clydesdale. What's the final outcome for Trump? Oh, investigations. The Queen of Swords being called forth to answer for his actions. I think this is Nancy again. Nancy and somebody else. Definitely Nancy. I think they might impeach him again. Let's ask that question. I'm sorry, I forgot to put the camera down. He's such a sulky looking dude, isn't he? They don't work for me the way I want them to. Well, every time I try something and it works, something worse comes back at me. That's what they say about magic, isn't it? Be careful how you cast your spells, because if you do harm, it can come back on you 3 times. Wow, wouldn't that be something to think about? So, let's ask the question. Are the Democrats going to impeach Trump again towards the end of February? The final card was being called forth and answering for your actions. That is what the Queen of Swords is for me. Being called forth to answer for your actions. Prosecutor, not the investigator, the prosecutor. So, is Donald Trump going to be impeached again by the end of February? The High Priest. That's the Hierophant. Government institutions. 2 of Wands. Page of Cups, emotional news, the battle wagon, the chariot. I'd say that's pretty clear, yes. That Two of Wands, I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, that is all yeses, definitely. Yeah, he is. They're gonna, you know, they're planning it. They've got something. Remember Nancy Pelosi saying we've got stuff happening. We've got stuff in the works. Very emotional news for Trump. Yeah, kick the cat type news, I suppose. It sounds like someone had kicked the cat or the dog. Yes, they are going to do it, and this time they might win. I wonder what they've got. This guy is saying, stop, you can go no further. You shall not pass. You shall not continue. This chariot is going to continue to drive you back. That's a victory card as well. Let's look a little bit deeper. Will there be more than one article? Seven of Cups. King of Wands is a yes. Seven of Swords is a no. Seven of Cups is a maybe. So yeah, there could be. There could be. Not too sure yet. I think he might, if there is, he might get away with one of them. This is the Seven of Amethyst, Seven of Swords, so he might get away with one of them. Or he might think he can get away with one of them, but that's on top of the victory card. King of Wands, this is Schiff. He's learnt a lot from the last bout. I think he's sat back and looked at where he can improve things. I'm just wondering if Seven of Challenges, a bit of a gaslight. This is... I don't think they introduced too many. I think they kept it at 2 because it was so obvious that it would be a lot harder if they came up with more articles of impeachment that is so blatantly guilty of, for the Republicans to let it go again. There might have been a little bit of trickery, gaslighting there, or trickery of only putting forward the 2 to show up. I feel like one of these is a truth potion, and it just opened up a lot of people's eyes. But, you know, you never know with the Republicans, but I think they'll find it a lot harder. If they do introduce more articles of impeachment, will he be thrown out? Or will he leave? No, hang on. I'm going to take the Hierophant. There's that Nine of Wands again. No matter what wand he tries, it's just not doing what he wants. Okay, if they do introduce articles of impeachment, will he resign before a trial happens? Or will he resign before he's impeached again? if they are going to introduce articles of impeachment, will he resign before they can do that? I think it'd be the only way to save the Republican Party. Will Trump resign before they can do that? That is the world tree. That's the world. Ooh, nasty looking. I'm not very good with snake pictures, so to me that's a fluffy little bunny, okay? But that's the world. Yeah, it's time for things to come to an end with him. That's a yes. Two of Swords is a maybe. And, yeah, possibly hard. Yeah, he's going to be given that, have to make a choice. I think the Republicans are going to. And Six of Wands, yeah. Yep, if they do, if it gets close to that, if they let the Republicans know we are going to introduce more, and we have so much more, I think the Republicans will have to go to him and say, you've got to resign. If he doesn't resign, oh, the horn god, the Emperor. I don't know about the horns, but the torso's all right. So anyway, with if he doesn't resign and they introduce the articles because he calls their bluff or whatever, and they're not going to be bluffing, will he be removed from office? Nine of Pentacles, sitting pretty. Yes, because he's a fool. Yes, Ace of Pentacles, it'd be about money. Yes, no, King of Swords. No, yes, yes, maybe King of Swords. Yeah. Yep. They will. They won't have any choice. Yeah. They won't have any choice. They'll have to remove him because they can't get away with it a second time. Could the Republicans get away with it a second time? Could the Republicans get away with such a blatant miscarriage of justice a second time? The High Priestess. No, it's a yes card, but this is their agenda, of course. That would fit in with their agenda to try and get away with it, but will they be able to? The Emperor is a maybe. Two of Cups is a yes. Nine of Wands. Well, it says, yeah, maybe, but they could try and partner up with the Emperor again. They'll certainly try it. They'll try to get away with it. But I can't see it happening again. So that's not looking, you know, that's looking at the possibility of the Democrats going to the Republicans and saying, we've got more articles and, you know, you better tell him to go. You better tell him you can't back him, because if you let this one pass through, heaven help. Hey, it was found out that a bomb plot or something that Antifa was blamed for was actually carried out by somebody who used to belong to the Reenactment Society. who wanted just to use them as a scapegoat because they threw him out, the Reenactment Society. Anyway, to get back at them, but he didn't want to get in trouble for getting back at them, so he framed Antifa, and it's been proven by the FBI. Woohoo! Interesting. What else can we look at? Let's look at something. Oh, did you hear the Prime Minister of Malaysia told Trump, you should resign, and he's telling all the other heads of states, they tell him to resign. He needs to go. Whoa! I wonder if any more leaders are going to come out and say that. I'm going to have I got a new little Lenormand deck, so I'll have a look at that with it. This is the Mystical Lenormand by regular Elizabeth Feichter. And the pictures are by Urban Troschk. And it's a great little deck, lovely little deck. And of course, because you know I'm learning Lenormand, I will be using the book. So let's have a look at that. Will other world leaders come out and tell Trump to resign? Will other world leaders come out and tell Trump to resign? I mean, they can tell him, that doesn't mean he'll do it. But geez, if it becomes clear he's lost the confidence of the international community. They can always boost trade with each other. They don't need to boost trade with the US. The US can slap tariffs on their goods, whatever. They can always find other ways to deal with each, you know, do deals with within each other and with each other and China, and you know, and they're fine, sure, no problem. So, will other world leaders come out and say Trump needs to resign? I know a lot of them probably think it. Will they say it? So we'll go 1. That's the dog. Loyalty, friend. 2. Clover, opportunity. A letter. The sun. So, I think somebody who is friendly towards Trump is going to say to him, hey, look, things aren't looking good. It stands for friendship, for someone you can rely on. Okay, so, and next to it, so it's a friend, for someone you can rely on. Yeah, clover, opportunity. Luck and hope, if it is close to the person card. If it is close to card 6, clouds, however, the cloud card, however, you won't be so lucky. Well, it's not close to card 6, it's next to the lawyer, the dog card. So I think a friend is saying, look, we're going to give you an opportunity to go quietly. That could be Putin. That could be Putin. Someone who's a perceived friend saying, look, we're going to give you an opportunity to go lightly. So 27, the letter. A message on its way, and we'll get to you soon. Okay. If you don't, there'll be a document. And the sun, number 37. 37? 31. The sun, very positive. It stands for success, energy, willpower, and optimism. if asked if something will succeed, this card should always be interpreted as a positive reply. So they're saying a friend is going to say, we're going to give you the opportunity to do this quietly. If you don't, we're going to send documents and take you down, and we will succeed. At least I think that's what it's saying. Let's do a clarification. 35. That's the anchor. Yeah, 35 is the anchor. This card stands for work, job, training and stability. But it also stands for being stuck. Throwing out the anchor helps things come to a sudden stop. Let's have a look at the 16. The star card? Star card? Stars. Another card of luck. Yeah, now the question asked was, will other world leaders tell him that he's got to leave? And I think this is, yeah. And they have the stuff on their side that, you know, that they can bring everything in his, all his success to a standstill, because that's what anchors do. Yes, it can also stand for stability, but I think it can also bring things to a standstill. This stars can sound like, can also stand for intuition, spirituality. It is the card of success, yeah. Yeah, so I think it's not, I don't think it's going to be I think if they do it, it's not going to be a public thing, as in the Prime Minister of Malaysia. It's going to be someone who's designated to do it, someone who's friendly towards Trump. It could be Putin. Let's have a look. Is it Putin? Book. Documents. Oh, it's someone who's got a lot of secrets on him. No, the book and documents, that's secrets. That's documents, that's, you know. The book denotes secrets, something that is not yet definite, as is still hidden somewhere. Oh, yeah. Someone who has a lot of secrets. A friend who has a lot of secrets on Trump. It's going to give him the opportunity to go quietly, or he will unleash the secrets and bring everything to a sudden halt for him, and it will succeed in getting rid of him. So everyone's saying, oh, will it be money that makes Trump resign? Will it be this? Will it be that? It could be a friendly word of warning. Your time is up. Come in number 45, your time is up. And we've put holes in the bottom of the boat. Anyway, my darlings, thank you so much. Bit of a rocky reading today. It's a bit all over the place, but you know, everyone has days like that. But I love you all so much, and thank you so much for joining me. And oh, thank you for all the congratulations about my graduation and everything. I had a lovely, lovely day. It ended up at the end of the ceremony, because it was out in the open. They started playing this nice preppy song, and suddenly bang, boom, everywhere, fireworks everywhere above us. It was just awesome and a wonderful way to end the evening. So thank you, love you all, and I will see you at the next reading. Bye bye.